are feeling a financial crunch, and when hard times extend from days all the way into months, it's easy to fall behind and get overwhelmed with debt. So today we have David Andersen, Rebecca Johnson-Ellis, and Jeremy Shephard of the firm Andersen, Ellis, and Shephard with us today to explain some options. Thank you all for being here this morning.
And it can even go into years that people suffer.
Yeah, and you just get overwhelmed.
One of the problems we find is that they wait too long, or they do other things that don't make any financial sense based on their circumstances. For example, if they pull money out of retirement funds to pay debt, that's money we could protect in bankruptcy. Or if they refinance their home and pull equity out in the form of cash, their mortgage balance goes up, we could protect that equity in bankruptcy. So rather than call us first, these are the mistakes people do while they're struggling, we'd rather have you call us to get the options.
Yeah, David, what are some of the reasons that people should be filing for bankruptcy as we're seeing on the screen right now? There's some of those.
Some people are actually shocked to find out that the legal process can seize their home, their car, garnish their wages, or seize their other assets. People sometimes don't get that. Bankruptcy is the only legal way to not pay creditors and protect your assets.
Yeah, and that's one thing people do get behind, whether they have recently lost their job or, something in their personal life has happened. It can become a snowball effect. You don't want to lose all those assets. We're going to dive deeper into that,
Right.
But what are some of the mistakes that people are making when they do file?
Well, one mistake that is one of my pet peeves is that you see an advertisement on TV for an out-of-state agency that says, call this number, spend 15 minutes with us, and we'll solve all your debt problems.
Doesn't happen in 15 minutes.
Bankruptcy is the only legal way to cancel debt without tax consequences and without consent of the creditors. And we offer two programs. One is a Chapter 13 debt consolidation. That's for people that can afford some sort of payment plan. The payment's based on ability to pay rather than how much you owe. And the other, more popular, is Chapter 7. There's no payment plan required, and you still don't lose your assets.
Okay, let's talk about that a little closer. Rebecca, when we're talking about Chapter 13, we've seen the infomercials, and they say, we can make all of your credit go away by putting all of these together. How does it work? Is that a good idea?
Well, Chapter 13 is a great solution for people who can make some payments on their debts, but perhaps they're struggling to pay everything they owe. Basically, the repayment plans are based on the individual's ability to pay, and we would propose to pay the creditors a portion or percentage of what they owe over the period of the 3 to 5 years, and then whatever's not paid in full would be forgiven in the bankruptcy. Chapter 13 is great to help individuals save their homes from foreclosure if they're facing foreclosure. We propose to catch up the arrearages through this repayment plan. Also, it's great for people who are facing repossession of their vehicles. We can help people get these vehicles back and propose a payment plan so that they can retain those cars. And lastly, another good thing to do in bankruptcy is to take care of any income tax liability. The taxes and penalties and interest is stopped while the payment plan is going on.
Okay, those are all really good tips. Jeremy, when we're talking about Chapter 7, can you explain exactly what that is and why we might want to do that?
Yeah, the interesting thing with Chapter 7 is you don't have a payment plan. So, for individuals that aren't in a position to be able to pay anything going forward, it's an option to get rid of their debt and potentially not have to make a payment. The difference is that you can still keep your car, you can still keep your house. You have to keep those payments, of course, but those are available to you, so you're not necessarily going to lose all those items. So it's a big misconception with people that you're going to lose your house and your car if you file a Chapter 7. A lot of times it's just, credit card debt and some other different things that you can't keep up with that you're eliminating.
Yeah, so there are a lot of options that you can help people navigate and let them know what they should be doing with their finances and their assets. This is more prevalent than we think. A lot of people are going through hardships.
Sure.
Are you seeing this often?
Oh, yeah. Bankruptcy is a lot more popular than it was decades ago because the law is liberalized to allow bankruptcy to go through, and typically people think, I'm going to lose everything or my credit is ruined forever.
That's what people think.
That's not the case. Right. Most people can keep their home if they can afford the house payments, or they can cancel the debt on the home if they can't afford it. Most people can rebuild their credit usually within 2, maybe 3 years. Bankruptcy is actually not as bad on your credit as a home foreclosure.
Okay, that was my next question actually, because we know, we've all heard that if you do file for bankruptcy, that's going to affect your credit for 7, 10 years.
It's on your credit report, so you can't avoid that when you file bankruptcy, but you can rebuild your credit. What you do is you pay your expenses and your bills on time after the bankruptcy. So if you do keep your home, you can reassume that debt and keep paying that, or your car. You pay your cell phone, your utilities, your rent, all these things, insurance. You don't bounce any checks. These are the things to rebuild your credit quickly after you file bankruptcy. There is life after bankruptcy.
There is life after bankruptcy. So if people are watching at home and they are in this predicament and they're thinking, okay, this is something that I've really been struggling with, but they're afraid this is going to affect their credit, their lives, they're going to lose all their assets.
Free consultation at our law firm. I've been doing this over 35 years. We've got a lot of experience. We can help.
Great. And we have the information there on the screen. People can call you, or they can get more information by going to your website.
We've got a very good website. I've had that website for many, many years, ever since they invented the internet. And there's a lot of good information on it.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. This is a great time to get your finances in order, especially going into the spring and summer. You want to relax a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. David, Rebecca, Jeremy, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having us.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. All right, don't go away. We have a lot more 8West right after this break.
Are you West?